everybody. This is your STEM Scopes ambassador. Happy Friday afternoon. I wanted to share with you some things about STEM Scopes, especially for people who haven't seen it before. STEM Scopes is new for grades 3 through 6, and I thought I'd just show you some of the scopes that we're working on right now. So right now we're looking at grade 3, and we have quite a few, so I'm just going to scroll down so you can see what we have. You'll notice they're organized as a storyline. So this is storyline 1, lifestyles of animals, and so on. And let's take a look at grade 4. They have significantly more scopes than we do. We'll try to look at grade 4 scopes, 4th grade. And I've made a printout of all the scopes at all the grades just to make it easy. You can take one back for your team. So this is 4th grade. I really like the visual organization of how they've done this on the website. And we'll take a look at 5th grade. And as we move up through the grades, the number of scopes increases. So it works out nicely that we have a dedicated science teacher at 5th grade. And still with the storylines. And on to 6th grade scopes. And no more storylines in 6th grade. They are also not listed on my on the front page of the packet that I'll hand out, but I've printed out their individual scopes for you to take a look at. So one of the things that you can do today, if you're a STEM Scopes teacher, is sort of look at, or if you're either science teacher, is look at what the different grades are teaching and find ways that we can work together vertically. So if one grade is doing a project and they want to share it with another grade that maybe has a similar area of study, that can make a nice way to team up. What else? So we have the 5 E's. Let's go back to 3rd grade. Let me take a look at just life cycles for a minute. So just at all of the grades right now, we're focused on the 5 E's. And so when we look at our tabs here, we have engage, just to hook the students into their learning, and explore, where they really get to do some exploration, do some experimenting, a little research, a lot of hands-on activities. Explain gets more into the connecting literacy, watching some videos, maybe acting some things out. Elaborate is where we're really getting into connecting it to math, connecting it to reading. And one nice thing with STEM Scopes is the career connections. So it makes it just a little more real life for them. And then evaluate, of course, is finding out what they've learned. This year we have a new concept for me, of the CER, claim, evidence, and reasoning. And this has been coming up in a lot of our meetings around science and also other subject areas. It's just a great way for kids to state their claim, back it up with evidence, give some reasoning for it. And it works across all the different subject areas. So that's something we can start to build into social studies and literacy. So speaking of literacy, I wanted to go back and just show some ways that STEM Scope supports integrating literacy. I'm going to show you a 3rd grade scope here. We're currently studying weather. And in the weather scope, in a lot of the scopes, but specifically in here, there's a really nice one. For communicating science, students give a persuasive speech. So we're starting to find ways that we can use keys to literacy to kind of organize their research and empowering writers for supporting their writing, for doing this persuasive piece of writing. This one happens to be the question of where should the next reality survival show be filmed. So they do a little research and write a persuasive speech, and they actually do the public speaking. So that's good practice as well. Some new information for people, even if you've been teaching STEM scopes all year, you might not have realized a couple of things. One is being able to add students to your class. So I'm just clicking up top here where it says students and creating your class. You can go to add section and you can give it a little name. Let's call it 3W2 for now. You can add some of the resources that we have, maybe the picture vocabulary, maybe concept builder, and create a section. And all of the NES students have already been loaded into STEM scopes. So then you can click on Find Students. And over here, you'll choose your grade level. And then it will just come up with all the third graders, and you just need to add them to your class. So you can just click Add all the way down to add them into that group, and then you can assign them their work for a Chromebook or a computer. Save some paper. Let's see, what else? Oh, and there's some games in here that I hadn't discovered until recently. Let me go back to home for a second. If we go to scopes, I'm going to go to the teacher toolbox. And this is the elementary teacher toolbox. Over here on interactives, there's something called filament games, and these are new to me, so I just thought I'd share them with everybody. And these are great. They use Flash, so you'll need to make sure that your Chromebooks are using Flash. But when students log into the computer, they can find this on their top tabs. It'll say games, and they can click on any of these games. So those are pretty neat. Another thing I wanted to just share, that we saw this way back in August, but I had forgotten about it, so others may have as well. If you go to the visual glossary in Scopes, this is just a really handy way to find videos on the topic that you're studying. So it's organized alphabetically, which is sort of handy and sort of not. You have to dig around a little bit, but a lot of these videos are really great and can support your scope. So I think that's it about STEM scopes for now. Some things to work on with your team later would be connecting vertically with another team to see if there's anything that you can share, or a piece of writing that maybe you could do that would then support the next grade. Look for ways to integrate literacy through reading and writing. Check out the games. And if you haven't made your class in STEM scopes yet, this would be a great opportunity to do that. All right. Thanks for listening.